Well, good day, everyone, and thanks for stopping in. It has been a bit. I have been crazy busy since well, in all honesty, I've been crazy busy pretty much since the first of the year. Seems like every time I think I'm going to get a little bit of a break and a chance to slow down a little bit, it just hasn't happened. So I have not had much opportunity to get out in my wood yard and work. About the only thing I have accomplished in the wood yard is keeping my wood rack up on my porch filled. As many of you guys have probably been experiencing here as of lately, we had some pretty cold weather come through and put the old Vermont castings to the test. So it did a really good job and kept the house nice and toasty, and has been pretty efficient on the firewood. I will say I think we're burning a little more wood than we did last year, just on account of last year I burnt so much straight hickory. I had a pretty good supply of seasoned hickory last year, and so I was able to pretty much burn hickory most of last year. Kind of regretting that a little bit now, but at the same token, it was we'd had it for a little while, so it was probably good to get it cycled through. But anyways, on to today's task at hand. We are going to be in the wood yard doing a little splitting. However, we're splitting for a job, if you will. My good friend Mark, if you've been watching, you'll know or have heard me talk about Mark. He's a former co-worker, technically a former boss. Me and him have just gotten to be really good friends over the past 10, 15 years. And we do a lot of stuff to kind of help each other out. And Mark is one of the individuals actually is the individual I get my maple syrup from. And it looks like here in the very near future, we're going to be ready to start, well, I'm not, Mark is going to be ready to start tapping trees. And he hit me up the other night and says, hey, I'm getting kind of tight on firewood. He's like, is there any way that I could get some wood for the evaporator from you? And I said, absolutely. I'll just put it on your tab. So we're going to do a little wheeling and dealing on some wood for the evaporator. And the cherry and stuff that I cut off the log pile for burning in the evaporator, that stuff, even though it hasn't been split and stacked and all that sort of stuff, that stuff will be dry enough to burn in the evaporator. And so that we are going to split some wood for the evaporator out of the pile of rounds I had bucked up that we were filling the wood wagon with the last time we split. So that's been a day or two. I can't even tell you the last time I actually split firewood. I want to say it was right after the first of the year. It may even been January 1st. It's been a while. I'll have to do some looking. Anyways, I'm going to get this fine Perdomo Habano sun-grown. And this isn't my normal size. Typically, I smoke what they call an Epicure. And today just seemed like a good day to fire up a Churchill. So this should last me all the time we're out there working today. So that is what I'm going to have. We're going to give her a little nip with the old Calibri. And we have a cigar. Whoop. I didn't get quite deep enough. There we go. So anyways, I'm starting this inside. It is still, it's not near as cold as it has been here in Indiana, but the wind today is the only part that is making being outside not a lot of fun. But the sun is shining, and it's like, I don't know, I think it said 30 on my watch. It doesn't matter. It's right around freezing, or maybe even just above freezing. Where the sun's hitting the snow's melting. You can see some of my dead grass in my yard and the leaves that I didn't get picked up. So it's promising. It looks promising. However, it's, you know, it's the end of January, so it's gonna get crappy again real soon, I'm sure. But anyways, let's get to it. Well, I think that will do it for the splitting. As you could see there in that last clip, I got a nice little stack of wood for Mark to use in the evaporator. And then I went ahead and split some wood for me while I was out here, since I haven't had a chance to do any splitting. We are sitting pretty good on firewood for the house, so it hasn't really hurt me any to not be splitting. I think this is the first time in a long time I've been this far ahead on firewood. And it's amazing if you just take an hour or two once a week. Obviously, you guys that are selling firewood, that ain't gonna work for you, but for somebody like me, I literally an hour or two a week. And don't get me wrong, as you guys know that watch the videos, I do it year round, so that hour or two each week really adds up. But it has kind of been a bummer that I haven't been able to get out here with the daylight the way it is, and I've been running around on the weekends and haven't been home, so it's made it really tough the past few weeks. Hopefully here in the near future that'll change and I can be out here more. But the thing that has presented is I still wanted to do some YouTube stuff and make some videos, because I do enjoy making the videos. That's the thing I I don't know, it's kind of like smoking a cigar or smoking a pipe. It's relaxing. I enjoy doing the editing and putting the video together once I get all the recording done. So one thing I have been working on in the evenings when I've been home after dark is I started another channel. I will put the name of the channel somewhere on the screen here, but and I'll put a link to it in the video description if anybody's interested. But the other channel is gonna just solely have to do with pipes, pipe tobacco, and cigars. And I'm sure there'll be some coffee stuff and whiskey and bourbon stuff in there as well. But it's given me an opportunity in these dark evenings after I get home from work. It's still allowed me to play around and make some videos. So if any of you are interested in that, I appreciate you checking that out. And the other thing is podcast. I know a few of you that are that watch the videos check out my podcast that Mark and I have been doing, and it's been a few weeks since we put out a podcast. We've actually recorded 2 podcasts, but as I've been figuring out, I am no sound engineer, and the last 2 episodes that we recorded were absolutely unlistenable, if that's a word. Mark's voice you can't hardly hear, and my voice peaks up and down, and one minute it sounds like I'm whispering and the next minute it sounds like I'm screaming into a microphone. So it's it's been pretty awful, and it's been bad enough I just haven't wanted to put it out. So hopefully I think I have it all squared away. So hopefully in the next day or 2, Mark and I are going to get together and record another podcast. It's been kind of a shame because we finally feel like the last 2 episodes that nobody can hear. Me and Mark both kind of felt like we were falling into a groove finally, and was kind of relaxed doing it, which I think might be part of the problem with the sound too. I don't think we were staying close enough to the mics, and then we were getting too close to the mics. And anyway, enough babbling. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me for a while today, and hope y'all have a great week, and I hope to see you soon.